Hello everyone. Today we'll discuss the topic 2.4, that is Villager and Glochidium larva of the mollusca. The Villager larva of the mollusca is this, and if you observe the structure of this Villager larva, it having the uniform covering of the what, that is the cilia over, and this is the what, the velum. This villager larva, basically it is a larva of the gastropoda, and this is a modified trochophore larva, and you can observe the well developed ciliated apical organ, or that is a ciliated organ, that is called as a prototroch. Then it having this curved gut and the what, the larval nephridia. So the basically this villager larva is of mollusca, and in mollusca it is a larva of the gastropoda. It is a modified trochophore larva which has ciliated apical organ on the head region, and that we called it as a prototroch. Then it having the curved gut and it having the larval nephri. Then the prototroch. This is a prototroch which is having a cilia that develops into two lateral lobes, and these two lateral lobes, these are called as a velum. As these are the cilia, these are the organs which are helping this larva for the swimming and feeding. The beating of the cilia, this brings the food towards the mouth. The velum is the how it is. It is a bilobed structure, or it is a bilobed circlet with a strong cilia. Cilia causes a current that brings food towards the mouth. Then the statocyst is also there, or statocyst is present. On the dorsal side, embryonic shale gland is present, and which secretes the what? The shale. The shell later becomes spiral due to the what? Unequal growth, or that we called it as a torsion in gastro. Then this villager larva on the dorsal side between the what? This velum and the anus, and the ectoderm forms the mat. The foot also develop between velum and anus on the ventral side. The This is the characteristic feature of these gastropod larvae, that is the torsion. The torsion occurs at this villager stage. During torsion, the shell and visceral mass, it rotates through the 180 degrees in relation to head and the foot. This is the head and this is the foot. This the visceral mass, it rotates in 180 degree in relation to head and the foot portion. At later stages, this villager starts creeping by its foot, by resulting in the gradual reduction in the velum. In freshwater and terrestrial gastropods, the trochophore and villager stages are passed within a covering, or that we call it as a eggshell, and tiny snail hatches out from the eggshell. The foot, shell, and mantle made their appearance, after which the larva settle at the bottom and metamorphose into an adult. So, if you observe the structure of these villager larvae, This larva is of the what? The gastropoda. This is modified trochophore larva. It having the ciliated apical organ on the head, and that we called it as a prototroch. It having the curved gut and this larval nephridia. The vellum is a bilobed structure, and this is the what the it is a circlet bilobed circlet which having the strong cilia which causes the current and brings about the food towards the mouth. The statocyst is also present. Then on dorsal side, embryonic shale gland is present, which helps in the what? The secretion of the shale. The shale becomes the spiral in shape due to the unequal growth in latter stages. On the dorsal side, between the velum and the what? Anus, the ectoderm forms the mantle. And foot also develops between the velum and anus on the ventral side. Means on ventral side, the foot is developed in between velum and anus. And on dorsal side, in between velum and anus, there is a formation of the mantle. Then this larva undergoes the torsion during which the shell and the visceral mass rotates through the 180-degree in relation to head and the foot. At latter stages, the villager starts creeping by its foot and result into gradual reduction of the what? This vellum structure. The in freshwater and the terrestrial gastropods, the dystrophophore larva and the villager larva stage pass within the eggshell and the tiny snail hatches out from the eggshell. The foot, shell and the mantle made their appearance, after which the larva settled at the bottom and it get metamorphosed into adult. Thank you.